Well, hey there and hello and welcome to the kitchen of the dollhouse for another reading from The Secret Language of Birthdays by Gary Goldschneider and Hugh Stelfers for August 23rd, the day of lively precision. Oh, and what do we have as a visual representation of the day of lively precision? Well, would so happen a couple of castanets there. I don't know if you can really see what they look like if you've never heard of that instrument before, but they're kind of like wooden clackers there. I think it's in flamenco music. The day of lively precision. It should be lively percussion, but, here, nowhere there. All right, hey, is it August 23rd and it's your birthday today? Well, if it is, I just want to take a moment to extend you a heartfelt happy birthday. And if you're finding this video long or perhaps shortly after your birthday has come and gone, I hope you had a happy birthday. That's right. For everyone else who's just joining us randomly or out of curiosity, I want to say welcome, and I hope you enjoy yourself, all right? Now, before we dive in with the birthday redirect, let's get all quick, fast, down and dirty with a roll of the dice. And why do we roll the dice? Well, this is the DykASSt, a birthday cast, so we do it for name's sake, and we also do it, more importantly here, for synchronicity's sake. Ooh, we rolled us a 5 and a 4, 4 and 9. That's right. Now, what is synchronicity, you may be wondering, some of you? Well, it's just you putting yourself out into the world, letting the universe show you a path. Letting the universe show you that it's looking out for you. And you do that by looking for those numbers. That's right, your 5 and your 4, 4 and 9. It can be as simple as looking at numbers on people's shirts, license plates, signs, addresses, anything. And when you walk in, you just keep your eyes peeled for them, all right? And sometimes you're going to see little things start to line up. Or if you see an address, you go into that store, see what it is. Or if it's somebody's house, maybe you knock on it and you say, hey, listen, this is going to be random, but this dude on a birthday read on the YouTube told me to go out and look for my daily numbers, and they were your address there. And have you ever heard of synchronicity? And they might not just say, I don't know why I'm knocking here. I just thought I'd see what's going on. And they're like, hey, maybe I'll join you for that synchronicity walk. They might be bored. And you know what? That might be just exactly what it is. And any event, hey, for a little story about synchronicity today. I did me a little stroke stream where I get on my rower and I roll across the country there, in your mind there. Any event, I got to about kilometer number 6 real quick, and I was just fiending for a Subway sandwich. Let me tell you, spicy Italian, by the way it is, a foot long. And you know what was for dinner? I kid you not. That's exactly what came through the door. That's what was delivered. I had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Coincidence, some of you may say, well, I don't have them all that often. So maybe it is, but synchronicity in my mind. Because things like this just be happening lately. I think because I'm opening myself up to it. But anyway, let's not belabor the point. 5 and a 4. 4 and 9. All right, hey, let's dive in, shall we? Your month is August. Your day is the 23rd, in case you forgot. And your sign is 29 degrees Leo to 1 degree Virgo. And your sign is the Leo-Virgo cusp, all right? Oh, your period, rather. And your quality and element, well, that's fixed fire. All right, hey, August 23rd, the day of lively precision. Those born on August 23rd often stand aloof from life and thus appear to be detached and cool. Whether due to disinterest in mundane affairs or preoccupation with their own needs and wants, they can strike others as selfish. In reality, they are not so much selfish as self-involved, thoroughly taken up with their interests and what they wish to accomplish in life. And many August 23rd people are adept at making money and amassing material possessions. Ultimately, however, it is their need to lead or direct those around them which is more important to them. And those born in this day tend to be compact, driving, intense personalities completely focused on their goals. The means they employ to accomplish their ends are most often straightforward and bluntly effective. And most people who stand in their way back off, but of course, not all. Thus, August 23 people can arouse powerful antagonisms. This does not mean, however, that those born on this day are necessarily outgoing personalities. On the contrary, they prefer to be left alone with their work and projects much of the time. Though interpersonal relationships and jobs, they demand autonomy and are rather aggressive in fulfilling their needs. Their attitude is generally live and let live, as long as they themselves are not impinged upon. Technical skills are often granted those born on August 23. They have a knack for discovering how things work and are often handy around the house and generally bring expertise and a command of their medium to whatever profession they choose. They are able to focus their incisive mental powers on the material world with which they are so intimately involved. However, they tend to be rather possessive, both with regard to objects and people, and therefore must learn to be less controlling. Their need to express kindness and love finds a ready outlet in altruistic acts, particularly since they enjoy being helpful in most situations. August 23 people have a tremendous stores of energy as well as a combative streak. They will rarely back down from confrontation, and often they see themselves as defenders of the weak or disadvantaged, but must not get too enthusiastically involved in such protective behavior when it is not warranted. In parentheticals there. It is essential rather, that those born in this day learn to control and constructively direct their energy, hopefully during adolescence. Perhaps their highly competitive, aggressive urges can be well sublimated in sporting activities and exercise of all types. A love of excitement may lead August 23 people to associate with exciting people, whether free-spirited types who bring out their wilder side or solid individuals with whom they can have a relaxed time. All right, hey, what I have to say about your birthday breakdown. Let's refer to the notes here. All right, hey, what do we got here? Not so much a stand aloof in life. Someone who stands aloof, all right? It means emotionally reserved and indifferent, distant or uninvolved, as self-involved and preoccupied. I don't know. It is kind of cool in my opinion, all right? I think, and detached, I'd argue, but not a bad thing. No one else is going to do it for you, right? You gotta do it yourself. So, if you're aloof, you're aloof. You've got priorities, and other people just want to get in your way. Hey, I'm gonna be kind of standoffish. Get him out of here, right? All right, not a bad thing, but it could be improved upon, I suppose, depending upon what you want your outlook to look like. Let's see. But how about this need to lead or direct being more important than the wealth you may amass or the material possessions? I think there's been plenty of leaders discussed in the breakdowns before, but they've never been conveyed in that manner and with that priority. So something to be mindful of. Take note. Do you find yourself just wanting to lead people for the sake of leading? Well, if that's the case, it's kind of interesting they mentioned as much. All right, what else do they have here? But if you are an intense, straightforward, and bluntly effective individual with regard to accomplishing your ends, I would argue that quality right there might speak to the day of lively precision description. All right, a knack for developing technical skills too. And hey, at least you're productive when left alone, right? Some people, they procrastinate all over the place. You got to drill down. You got to get busy. You got to be prolific, right? Or at least attempt to be. And I wrote here, you got to stay busy. And for goal-oriented folks, it makes sense to arouse antagonism, all right? If you want people to leave you to your own devices. I think I mentioned that. You can't be bothered. No, sir. But it's inevitable if you have an intrinsic knack for coming to and understand how things work, all right? And owing to as much, it makes sense why people might be coming to and bothering you. But learn to harness that surplus of energy, yeah? Your time is better spent in your aspirations over conflict. But if you're so well faceted with everything else, it makes sense you'd also be faceted to be combative too, right? Especially if you have a regard for being a defender or a fixer. All right, that's what I had to say. So yeah, all around pretty good breakdown, but it does convey that you're a pretty interesting individual. All right, hey, let's dive in with your numbers and your planets. All right, hey, we've got those born on the 23rd of the month are ruled by the number 5, as 2 plus 3 equals 5. And by the planet Mercury, the speedy planet Mercury. Mercury represents quickness of thought and change, qualities heightened in August 23 people, as the upcoming sign of Virgo is also ruled by this speedy planet. Sun influences from Leo's side of the cusp may here indicate aggressiveness. Fortunately, whatever hard knocks or pitfalls those ruled by the number 5 encounter in life, they usually recover quickly. And the number 23 is associated with happening. And for August 23 people, this emphasizes their attraction to exciting people and experiences. All right, what I have to say about your numbers and your planets. The number 5 in the speedy planet Mercury, all right? So a quasi-dual Mercury rulership with the encroaching Virgo and with some heat and power from the Sun because of that Leo cusp, right? Might just explain some of that energy that you have, okay? Even if the reading claims it lends more toward aggressiveness. You never can tell with that radiation, though. That's what I say. That heat from the sun. But you recover from this quickly. You recover from things rather quickly. And apparently, which perhaps also lends to you learning so many things as well. Lesser time and effort to crystallize things. It's interesting to think about. I might be totally off base. I'm not an expert in this stuff, though I think some would argue even the experts aren't experts with such new age thought. But hey, let's not drill down on that. Let's just have some fun, all right? It's your birthday. All right, let's move on to your tarot. Yeah, let's dive in with more metaphysical, esoteric practices. That's right, it's fun. It's here in the book, so let's see what it has to say. The 5th card of the major arcana is the Hierophant, an interpreter of sacred mysteries who is symbolic of human understanding and faith. His knowledge is esoteric and he has an authority over things unseen. Favorable traits conferred by this card are self-assuredness and insight. Unfavorable traits include moralizing, bombast, and dogmatism, emphasizing the need for August 23 people to be more aware of the concerns and thoughts of others. All right, what do I have to say about your tarot? All right, let's dive in, shall we? Sacred mysteries. That's right. Look, saying it like that. And human understanding and esoteric knowledge. All right. Once again, we lean in on that knack for things. All right. And between this and your planet rulership, I think I can see where they derived a few of the through lines with the breakdown. All right. Just you mind that bombast and that moralizing, though. All right. Unless you drum up even more antagonism. You know, it's pretty funny how much that Hierophant really spoke to the things they put down in the breakdown. I read it that second time there. I'm going, geez, it makes even more sense, doesn't it? It's like they just pulled from the tarot. You can't do that. A lot of people don't believe in it. Hey, who's to say? But hey, it seemed like it broke it down pretty good in a nutshell there. So let's move on to your health. All right, not the 5th card major. Those born on August 23 are prone to various psychological difficulties. The most common being emotional inhibition. Too often their feelings are conveyed in an abrupt manner, or in extreme cases they can withdraw into a shell and become numb to pain. Psychological counseling is strongly recommended for those born on August 23, or for those August 23 people suffering from such difficulties. As far as diet is concerned, August 23 people may not be able to handle excess sugar. although they often crave it. And this sensitivity, along with potential food allergies, should be kept in mind. As mentioned above, vigorous and regular physical exercise is highly recommended for the intense people born on this day. Particularly competitive sports and such competition not only provides a chance to experience the thrill of victory, but also an opportunity to demonstrate grace in defeat. Yucky. Grace in defeat. Nobody wants to do that. All right. Hey, what did I have to say about your health? They drilled back down on getting into some competitive sports to get rid of some of that energy. But I'm getting ahead of myself, aren't I? Psychological difficulties, eh? Ugh, emotional inhibition, eh? Wonder if that speaks to mention of a preference to be alone. I had that word pushed a little bit too close. All right, a preference to be alone, in part an act of self-preservation, if you like. And you can't overreact to people if you aren't around them, right? Okay, but who's to say? All right, but that said, mind your sugar intake, okay? Apparently, you already have enough energy as it is. At least that's what they say about your planets. All right. But get you some sports and that thrill of victory also, all right? If you need to burn some of that sugar and energy. All right. Okay, hey, you can't take it all too seriously, but it's kind of serious, but let's have some fun with it. All right, let's dive in. Some advice. All right. Try to stay sensitive to the feelings of others, but more importantly, get in touch with your own needs on a deeper level. Keep aggressive urges under control while remaining uninhibited. Make a conscious effort to give unconditionally. And don't lose yourself in material concerns. I thought they said you don't do that. You're more about that leadership. Who's say? Maybe that's the higher evolved versus the lesser evolved. But let's dive into what I had to say in the notes here about your advice. Ugh. The feelings of others. Yucky. All right. That's all right, though, okay? You figure that out. Getting in touch with you on a deeper level is probably child's play, I reckon. You figure out everything, don't you? All right. So give unconditionally, all right? Get those acts of service in for acts of service sake, all right? It'll probably do well to be a little altruistic, especially if you like defending the underdogs. That's right. Just be sure not to throw those fists around if you don't have to, right? Walk away. We don't want to walk away. We want to stir things up, baby. Don't stir things up unless you have to, okay? Yeah, just follow them local laws. All right, hey, let's dive in to your meditation. Let's take that sun energy down just a hair. Just a sunbeam here. The greatest achievement of a truly ambitious person may be simple kindness. Once again, the greatest achievement of a truly ambitious person may be simple kindness. All right, hey, I'm going to leave that right there for you. No need to analyze it. It's for you to meditate on. All right, hey, let's dive in. Your strengths and your weaknesses. All right, your strengths. You're intense, poised, and you're technical. All right, you ready for your weaknesses? Oh, lordy. All right, your weaknesses. You're self-involved, detached, and emotionally blocked. I work alone, right? That's right. You work alone. You got to get things done. I'm emotionally blocked. Okay. Everybody's got some strengths and some weaknesses. That's right. So next, let's dive in. Those born on this day. A lot of times I meet folks out in the world, ask them what they do, and more importantly, if they like it. And a lot of times, you might not be surprised to find out, they don't. And why is that? Well, because they just got thrown into career, maybe that they thought they would like, but they don't. Or that they don't have a passion for to begin with. And you know why? Because they haven't had the time to figure out what their passion is. And so, they don't derive a lot of pleasure out of life. Because I think that's one of the big focal points. You got to like what you're doing. So, I see going into those born on this day is a means of figuring out what other people who share your company were able to drill down on. And who's to say it was a passion of theirs, but it's something that put them on the map. And so maybe if you're running into your own issues where you can't figure out what you want to do with life, you can take some inspiration from here. Well, who's to say? At least we get to find out who you drew in the lottery to share in your birthday and what they did in their career. So let's dive in, shall we? Those born on this day. Ooh, we start off with a little bit of graceful footwork here with Gene Kelly, the dancer, choreographer, singer, film actor, director of On the Town and Singing in the Rain. We have Patricia McBride, a New York ballet dancer, more fancy footwork. We have Louis what is this? We got an XV1, so that would be the 15th? Yeah, 16th, I think. French king, Marie Antoinette's husband, and beheaded in the French Revolution. We have Edgar Lee Masters, a 19th, 20th century poet, novelist, biographer, lawyer. Spoon River anthologies, what old Edgar's responsible for. We also have Keith Moon, the British rock drummer of The Who, died of an overdose. We've got River Phoenix, the film actor, sudden death outside of a nightclub. We have Bobby Watson, the jazz alto saxophonist and composer. We also have Harry F. Guggenheim, the New York publisher, industrialist, philanthropist, and founder of the Guggenheim Museum. And if you haven't seen that in New York, you should get out there and check it out. One of my favorites, built or designed anyhow by Frank Lloyd Wright. We have Vera Miles, film actress, Shelley Long, the TV film actress, Sonny Jurgensen, a football quarterback and a two-time NFL passing leader, also an MVP. We have Lisa Halaby, was a Queen Noor of Jordan, American-born wife of King Hussein. And we have William Primrose, British violinist, Pete Wilson, California governor. We have Roland Dumas, French foreign minister, Michael Ricard, French prime minister. So politics might be your game, it sounds like. Robert M. Solow, U.S. Nobel Prize winning economist. We also have Ernie Bushmiller, the cartoonist responsible for Nancy. We also have Henry Pringle, the Pulitzer Prize winning journalist, and Barbara Eden, the TV actress. So all over the place for inspiration. That's right. All right. Your season is summer. Your sign, once again, is Leo of the Leo Virgo Cusp. And your quality and elements is fixed fire. And this has been Secret Language of Birthdays by Gary Goldschneider and you Stelfers. I have an affiliate link for this down in the description if you want your own copy to grace your coffee table or, populate your bookshelf. It makes a great little, icebreaker if you have any company over. But if you're often alone, as it says, because you're so busy with all your accomplishments, well, man, maybe you just need you a copy to, shore up one of the legs of a coffee table and just something you can refer to if you're ever interested. But enough about the book. What's more important is it's your birthday. So I just want to say once again, happy birthday. That's right. And for everyone else who joined us, and if you stuck around this far, I just want to say I hope you enjoyed yourself and you join us for your birthday read, all right? And before we forget, lest we forget, your daily numbers, all right? 5 and 4 for 9. Get out there, find some synchronicity. You can get your own dice, roll your own numbers. I'm just putting it out there for you. Keep you entertained and involved. That's right. But once again, happy birthday, all right? Take care of yourself.